Hey everybody, and today I am working on blood stripes on a TIE Interceptor, and as you can see, I've already done a couple, but I haven't done this side. So I was going to show you how I did this. Now, the real trick here is that of course I am going to be using my airbrush. I would say that using the method I'm about to show you is probably best for the airbrush, but you could probably use the same method with a brush. But the way I'm going to show you will be with the airbrush. Now, of course, the hard part is getting consistent lines. I cannot paint consistent lines with a brush. So if you can, well done. That's a skill I don't have, and you can just, use your awesome skill and do that yourself. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually mask this off. And you might be wondering how you mask stripes. And really, that's the whole trick here, isn't it? So let's get started. So I've got some tape. And I think this is chart pack tape. And don't ask me what size this is. It is a size of tape that I had in my drawer, luckily. And it turns out it's about, at least to my eye, about exactly right. It's about that wide. Now, I'm going to eyeball where this goes, and I'm going to put this exactly where I want my stripe to be, which may seem strange. But I think right about, well, right up, This is easier to do off camera. All right, so let's get this on here. Right. Just got to make sure that you get it on straight, because this is going to be your stripe. And some of you might be wondering how that's going to be when I'm putting a piece of tape over the spot. Does that look good? Yeah, I think that's okay. And we're going to take the other one. And I like having a lot of extra. As I'm putting the tape down, it gives me something to hold on to. You can actually use it to kind of sight where your stripe is going, whether or not it looks where you want it to be. And then when you think you've got it right, you can just stick everything down. Okay. I think we might speed this up. Okay. So once the stripes are down, you're done. No, you're not done. Now we need our masking tape. This is not masking tape. These are really just guides. This is so that we know where to put the masking tape. Now I'm going to use, this is rice paper tape from Tamiya. And I really like this for precise masking jobs. And the trick here is that you want to butt it right up against your stripe tape, because really that was just a guide for the masking tape. All right, get that down and around, and that's good. I should have pre-cut some of these things too. Well, you live and you learn. All right. Again, much easier to do off camera. You won't have such a hard time with this. All right, so once you get the tape down, the masking tape that is, then you can pull up your stripe. And at that point, you should have a really nicely masked stripe. And then I just need to go do the other side. Whoop. Okay, so I've pulled up the tape on this side, and now I'm going to mask the other side, and then I'll be right back. All right, so now that we've got it all masked and we're ready for paint, I've actually mixed up. This is Mephiston Red. This is Mephiston Red. It's one of the base colors from Citadel, and it's kind of a perfect red for this. Now, if there's a trick to doing this, it's that you want your color to go on very slowly, because you don't want wet paint to sink below the masking tape. You really don't want it to do that, because then it's going to run and you're going to get color where you don't want it. So this is all about very, very slowly building up your color. And as you can see, I've also wrapped the model. There we go. So that I didn't get paint on areas that I don't want them to get on. All right, that's coming along. Uh-oh. There we go. And again, as I said, you might be able to use this as a guide for brush painting. You'd have to be really careful, though, because it would be much easier for the paint to get underneath the mask. You might even consider, you could do a mask like this and then dry brush initially, take the mask off, and then use that dry brushed guide or they use that dry brush stripe as a guide to keep your line straight. Now we just let that dry and we can remove the mask. I'll be right back. And there it is. Blood stripes on both sides. It's ready for combat. And that's it. It's really simple. Of course, the real trick is just using the tape as a guide for your stripe, so that when you lay down your masking tape, you actually have a guide to follow. And that's really all you need to know. That trick was actually something that I learned years ago, and the first time I'd ever learned it, it was like one of those how did I not ever know this moments. And hopefully you've learned something today. But thanks for watching. As usual, if you liked this video, please like this video. And if you want to see more of my videos in the future, or want to be sure to see more of my videos in the future, then definitely subscribe. And that's it, and I will talk to you later.